Cash for gold, cash for gold, cash for gold, any piece of gold. You know, if you live in Jamaica, you've probably heard those words. About 10 years ago, cash for gold just seemed like a whole movement. You couldn't even walk in peace in half a tree without somebody harassing you about cash for gold. And guess what? You may soon start seeing a resurgence in that whole cash for gold thing. Hey guys, I'm Kalila Reynolds, and it's time for another episode of Money Mondays JA, brought to you in partnership with Proven Wealth. Now, before we get started, don't forget to like this video so that YouTube shows it to more people. Subscribe to this channel and turn on those post notifications. And very important, share with a friend. Our goal is to get to 50,000 subscribers this year. So if you know someone who needs to take control of their money, share, share, share. Now let's get to it. The price of gold is nearing its highest trading level in almost 10 years. And remember what I told you in the intro, it was right around 10 years ago that cash for gold was really hot. The world was just coming out of a recession and gold was trading at really high prices. Gold tends to do well in times of economic uncertainty. Well, we're again in a time of economic uncertainty and gold prices have again surged. It seems like people are in a mad dash to get their hands on the precious yellow metal since economies have been so unstable during the COVID-19 pandemic. So is gold really a good investment? The short answer is yes. Gold is a good investment, as is evident by the current gold rush we're experiencing. But similar to any other investment, there are pros and cons. Gold is often referred to as a safe haven asset or crisis commodity because its demand tends to increase during times of economic or geopolitical instability or uncertainty. Unlike other commodities like oil, for instance, that may lose value during a crisis, historically, gold has always managed to hold its value. Analysts aren't 100% certain why that is. One school of thought is that should we one day be unable to print money, gold, which doesn't erode and can easily be melted into other forms such as coins or blocks, will become the standard method of payment. It's essentially a fallback plan in case other forms of currency don't work. Now, because of its proven track record of stability, gold is also used as a hedge against inflation or currency devaluation. A hedge, as I talked about in another episode, is like an insurance policy that you take out to cushion the blow if something disastrous happens. So investors use gold as a safe haven because they know it will maintain or increase its value even if the cost of living goes up and the value of the dollar goes down. Now, under normal circumstances, the price of gold is inversely related to the value of the US dollar, meaning a stronger dollar will typically keep the price of gold lower and more controlled, while a weaker dollar is likely to drive the price higher due to more demand. This is because more gold is purchased when the dollar is weaker. So in this COVID-19 era where there's a global uncertainty about when or even if economies will recover, it's no surprise that the demand for and price of the shiny gold metal has gone up. The price of gold since January has jumped by more than 14%. And on Friday, Goldman Sachs raised its 12-month forecast on gold prices to $2,000 US an ounce. Goldman says it expects gold to rally due to fears that the US dollar will devalue. The bank says a weaker dollar will boost the purchasing power of major gold consumers across emerging markets. That has to be good for countries in the region like Guyana, which is a producer and exporter of gold. If only they could get their political act together. It's been 3 months since Guyana's general election and we still don't have a winner declared. I was actually just speaking to a reporter out of Guyana on my radio program, and he was saying that it's an early sign of the oil curse, but that's a whole other matter. Right now we're talking about gold. Okay, so how can you join the race? Well, in Jamaica, you won't be able to buy those big gold bars like you may have seen on Money Heist on Netflix. Those big bars are called gold bullion. Even if you could buy them here, the disadvantage is that they're illiquid. And this gives me a good chance to explain what that word illiquid, as well as another related term, liquidity, mean. Think of what the words sound like: liquid, water, moving like liquid, flowing. A gold bar can't do that. In fact, I mentioned the Netflix series Money Heist. Remember what the robbers had to do with the gold bars? They had to spend a lot of time in the vault melting them down into these tiny pellets in order to move them more freely, to make them more liquid or improve their liquidity. Now, one of those big gold bars is actually worth about 100,000 US dollars. If you wanted to sell, say, 10% of your gold investment, you couldn't. You'd have to do what the Money Heist robbers did and melt it down, which isn't quite practical. That's why gold coins are more commonly traded. If you were to go abroad and want to directly invest in gold like this, coins would be a more practical way to go. But one of the downsides is the security cost and the insurance that you'd need to keep it at your home. Another option would be to invest in a gold mining company, or you could invest in a fund that tracks the price of gold. Here in Jamaica, we're just starting to get used to the idea of index funds. Sagicor has its select funds that tracks the prices of the financial sector, as well as the manufacturing and distribution sector, so that when those sectors do well, you reap the benefit of the entire sector's performance, which lowers your risk because you're not depending on just one stock to do well. Well, there are funds internationally that do the same for gold, and there are brokers here in Jamaica, such as Proven Wealth, that allow you to invest in markets outside of Jamaica. So contact your broker and ask them how you can invest in gold. And then, of course, there's your good old-fashioned jewelry. But the downside of investing that way is that your jewelry will probably lose value over time if it gets scratched or broken. You might not be able to sell it for more than you paid for it. But here's where the cash for gold people come in. Any piece of gold, they say, right? At the height of it, they were offering top dollar. So it's possible you may be able to sell it at a profit, especially if you have a really nice piece, which of course you probably wouldn't sell as cash for gold, but rather to someone who wants it for the artistic value as much as for the physical value of the gold. One of the things that gives gold its value is that it's finite, meaning it can done. There's a limited amount of it on Earth. Gold production has been leveling off since 2016, with companies being forced to literally dig deeper in order to find it. So it does get more valuable over the years. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Money Mondays JA, brought to you in partnership with Proven Wealth. Here's what's coming up on Taking Stock. When will we be able to party again? The entertainment industry has been one of the worst hit sectors from the COVID-19 economic lockdown, with several major events including Reggae Sumfest and Carnival cancelled. But industry insiders are coming up with a plan for their sector's reopening. We'll find out more from Director for Logistics and Execution at 2K Entertainment and 658 Series Gabrielle Curling, and Marketing and Communications Director at Strictly 2K and Soca Forever, Ibrahim I.B. Conte. And later, the analysts weigh in on the latest market developments. JPS has come under much public scrutiny in the past few weeks for what many say are unjustly high light bills. What does this mean for JPS's upcoming IPO? And Sagicor Real Estate X Fund is reporting $4.5 billion in losses for the quarter ending March. We'll discuss. Now don't forget to like this video so that YouTube shows it to more people. Subscribe to this channel and turn on those post notifications, and very important, share with a friend. Remember, our goal is to get to 50,000 subscribers this year. So if you know someone who needs to take control of their money, share, share, share. Follow Proven Wealth on social media at We Are Proven, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kalila Ray. I'm Kalila Reynolds. Stay safe.